Okay, Genevieve should be here in like 3 minutes. But we'll have some stuff to talk about either way. One of the things I want to make sure is that you have a piece of paper or a place to write. Mine's like ready to go. I have like Genevieve's name on the title, so I know where to go back and find it. You'll want to put it not on the back of a envelope, which I am so likely to do. It's just to grab a sheet of paper at my desk, but to put it in a notebook where you are going to be able to find these notes again. You will want to reference them again. I would also make sure you have water because it's always good to just go ahead and be prepared if you need to run to the little girl or little boy's room real fast so that you aren't taking a break. If you need to stand up right at noon so you can get your stand ring for the 12 o'clock hour filled in if you are obsessed with those. Or I tend to do arm circles for a solid minute, and that gets it going too. So whatever you need to do, but we're going to get started right at 12 o'clock. I'll start talking. And then if Genevieve is a minute or two after that, then I will just introduce her whenever she gets here. I am so excited. So please go message your team. I would love to have as many faces, bodies, ears on this call as possible. I think it's really like just respectful of corporate if they're taking time out of their day to come and train us, that we have as many ears listening as possible. And that way you're not having to re-communicate this. You're not having to take all this information and digest it for somebody else. You're letting them do it on their terms. So I'm just getting everyone excited, making sure y'all all have paper to write on. That if you have the opportunity to use two different devices, one device to listen and one device to actually get things done while Genevieve is talking, all of those things. So love seeing everybody showing up. I would love to ask in the chat, just while we're all waiting for Jen to be here, is what is one thing you would like to get out of this call today? What is one thing you would like to get out of a power hour? What is one thing that you feel like you need help with? What is an area that you're like, I feel like I can do this, this, and this, but I'm struggling with the rest of it? If you have like a list of things you need to be doing every day as income producing activity for your business, and there's something you're avoiding doing, what are you avoiding? Do you know why? What area of new reach outs for today do you need help with, Tina? Get really specific, y'all. Like I need words, I need follow-up, I need a post, I need a graphic about sleep, I need get as detailed as you can to what's the thing that's stopping you. Do you just need like someone to help start some word flow, like as you message people? Like what is it that you need today? And I'm not saying you're going to get it. I'm just saying it's really good to identify what it is you need. As we're waiting for Genevieve, I want to ask you to be really specific and pick a primary goal for this call. That for today, specifically for this Friday, the last day of the month, Jen's here, that you have a primary goal. And I want to give you some options. The first one is a new rank advancement. So are you ready to new rank advance this month? Are you trying to re-rank? Are you trying to hit a milestone in Leaders Retreat credits? Are you trying to finish out the incentive for add 1, add 3? Have a very specific goal for today so you know what you're actually chasing after, and that everything that you're doing feeds into that one goal. Okay, I am, without further ado, so stinking excited to have what I would call is a very good friend, someone I can message and say, help me, I'm stuck, I'm frustrated, I have all these mental blocks, and she will lovingly and boldly call me out on some things. Yes, she knows she's right. She is such a gift to our company. There isn't a person from brand new customer to 12-star diamond that hasn't like leaned in and said, Genevieve, tell me more. I think knowing that she has both been on our side of this business, but that she is what she and Jean Tips would call our ambassador champions at corporate. They want everything good and wonderful for us. She has been promoted, I feel like so many times that it's always like a new title every time we all meet. She is our Chief Field Development Officer. And if you don't know what that means, it means she's here for you. She wants to do everything in her power to make sure that from behind the scenes to front of scenes, from stage to the selfies with the point, that she is your person. And so I'm just gonna let Genevieve take it away there's nothing I can say that will prepare you for the next few minutes of what you're going to receive.
Hey, thank you so much, Andrea. And can I tell you, one of my favorite teams, leadership teams in the whole wide world, I only see like half the page here, but whether it's Andrea, Becky, Paige, I mean, like you got, like, this is like Sarah, this is the leadership team that you want to be a part of, because I don't know if you know this or not, but like they know what they're doing. Not only do they know what they're doing, but there is so much consistency in this team in terms of leadership development broadly across all the boards. Hey, Dave, I see all y'all. Like, I just want you to know you are in very, very good hands. I am super happy to be here, especially to just simply say, like, listen, Linda, listen to what you're being told. I want to talk to you all today about the importance of getting gritty and embracing a closed culture, which you guys are already a part of. So the fact that you are on a call on closed day lets me know, like, okay, you are definitely part of a closing culture. One of the things I think that people do on close day is they totally misjudge and misunderstand why they should keep working. So you've got some very specific and great advice. Number one, decide what it is you're working toward. Like, what is it that you're working toward? Because I will tell you, intention fuels activity in a different way than activity without intention. So what do I mean by that? Intention is like, I'm going to act as if I'm going to make it happen. That means you don't need to know how, you don't need to know why, you don't look at all the different ways that it can't work out. You legit are like, I don't know how it's going to work out, but I intend to keep driving toward it anyway. Now, this is 100% a head game for most people, because where people get stuck is like, yeah, but I don't know how. How is none of your business. Activity is your business. How is none of your business. So like, your business is activity. Your business is not to try to figure out how, okay? Because action reveals how, and how does not dictate action, if that makes sense. Most people think like, well, I'm going to sit here and until I can figure out exactly how it's going to work out. I'm like, girl, guy, all y'all, can I tell you, nothing great that happened in the history of all the histories happened because somebody knew exactly how it was going to work out. Are you picking up what I'm laying down? Like, I'm just saying, it doesn't work that way. You have to be just simply dedicated to the very next step, the very next step, the very next step. You want to very next step your way through your close. Where people lose is they don't take a next step. And they don't take a next step because you think like, well, this step isn't going to matter. There's nothing further from the truth than every step matters. So if you pair an every step matters with a no matter what attitude, and you do that month over month over month over month, you are going to get closer to your goals. Most people think like, oh, something quantum has to happen. Something huge has to happen in order for me to get to diamond. And I'm here to tell you, no, it is one small step dedicated every single day towards your goal. And here's the thing I want you to know, you're worth it. You're worth it. Your family's worth it. Like it really makes me sad when people quit because I'm like, I don't get that. Like, what? You're quitting? What? You don't want to be home with your kids? What? You don't want to have more choices in your life? What? You don't want to help people have better health? Like, what's to quit about? Like, I legit just don't understand that. Yeah, like, what are you quitting? Tell me, what are you quitting? I'm going to quit trying to improve my life. That cannot be the philosophy. I'm going to quit trying to improve my business. That cannot be the philosophy. And so I want you to know, and I see it from way up here. So many people do amazing things on close day. And it is because you are reaping what you have sown. Can you imagine being a farmer, planting the seeds all season long, pulling the weeds all season long, watering the plants all season long, and because you just don't see growth, you're going to pick up and you're going to move and you're going to completely disregard the work you've done. That is legitimately the best analogy I can make for most people on close day. I'm like, what? You are not going to stick around to reap what you have sown? You've got to be kidding me. That's so, well, I just don't see anything. I just don't see anything. Okay, sis, that's just not how it works. You know, that's just not how it works. You got to have faith that the actions drive results. And you got to have faith that no matter what, you can make it work out. And can I tell you, don't be so concerned about like, well, it's got to end this way for me. You got to be concerned with crossing a finish line. You got to be concerned with crossing the finish line more so than like, it's got to end. I got to end in first place. I'm like, no, you just got to cross the finish line. You keep crossing the finish line and eventually, friend, you 100% are going to cross your finish line. See, there's a difference between crossing the finish line and then keep crossing finish lines until you cross your finish line and having something in your head where it's like, well, if it doesn't end the way I want it to end, I'm gonna quit. And can I tell you why quitting is such a bad habit? Because every time you quit, the world moves forward. So it's kind of like the world's moving forward, your dreams are moving, you're either pulling your dream closer to you or further away from you. And the only way to pull your dreams closer to you is to walk toward them consistently. When people decide like, hey, I just don't see how it's going to work out, so I'm going to stop, that actually creates a problem for you because you're actually moving backward from your dream. Never walk away from your dream. Never walk away from the work. Never walk away from the learning. So what can you do? Let's talk through what can you do. The first thing that you want to do, and I'm just going to go through 3 really, I think, worthwhile ideas. The first thing is you are going to connect with anyone who is a 0 this month or last month, preferably, you know, the zeros, and preferably people that aren't reordering in the Leaders Retreat timeframe. Right? So I'm going to pick up the phone, or I'm going to at the very least send a voice text message. What you aren't going to do is just text everybody. Are you picking up what I'm laying down? In the last 24 hours of the month, you win the game through personal connection. Okay. So I'm going to call Michelle. She's been a 0 for the last 2 months, and I'm going to be Michelle. I'm reaching out because your goals matter to me. When we talked last time, you said that you really wanted to improve X, Y, and Z. I happen to notice you might have fallen off the wagon. Friend, let's talk. I have a deal for you to get you back in the game. Reach out to me today because the offer expires. Now, I didn't tell you all the things, right? I am just simply like, I want to let you know I care about your dreams. I happen to notice you might have fallen off the wagon. And I would also say, I also want to let you know that happens, right? I want to normalize for that person that I've seen that before. It happens. People sometimes need to restart on their health goals, and that's okay. But I wanted to connect with you because I have a deal. I have an idea about how to get you started. Call me today because the offer expires today. And then I would follow up with a before and after picture. And I would be like, this could be you. Let's talk. Right? So there's that. You could do that. You also want to, by the way, reach out to anybody sitting on the fence. Anybody sitting on the fence, anyone that you haven't been able to close this month, you are going to connect with them. I'm going to be like, Angie, I wanted to connect with you because this month or last month, we talked about you taking a step toward changing your health. I saw this before and after picture. I'm going to use one before and after picture, y'all. I'm just going to pick one. I'm using it all day today. I saw this before and after picture today, and it reminded me of how important it is to just take that first step, even if you still have questions or even if you are skeptical. Most of us start with questions and skepticism. It's okay. Call me back because I have a dealio for you that ends today. Are you picking up what I'm laying down? Now, the reason that that is so important is because new people are going to help you toward Leaders Retreat, and they will gain traction in the next 2 months. So I would be going after people sitting on the fence. The third thing I would do is I would call anyone that joined this month or last month or even the month before. And I would simply say, Mandy, wanted to reach out to you today because I don't know if you know this or not, but we're able to help people get their products paid for. And there's only one thing better than Plexus, and that's free Plexus. Let's connect. We can get you money for your next order starting today. Now, what didn't I, and then I'm going to say, connect with me. It's easier than you think. Now, where most people, where y'all might be losing your mind and making it a little weird is you want to send all the details. I pick them up. You want to send all the details. So you know what I do? If you send me all the details, I'm going to look at it and go, oh my God, that's a lot. Oh my gosh. And I'm going to put my phone down. Like, seriously, please don't ever send me the winning lottery ticket in a big, long email. I will miss it completely because I don't read past the first line. So that's the first thing. The second thing that happens is you tell people too much. What you want to do is create curiosity, have them reach back out to you, and then connect with them. So when anybody connects with you, you don't go right into the solution. You go back to, hey, so tell me what you're thinking, right? Tell me how it's going. Tell me what I need to know to assess what I need to tell you next. Does that make sense? Get back in a relationship with them. And yes, as Becky said, don't call people and go like, I might help you get silver. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. Don't call me and tell me. And by the way, let people earn the product credits, y'all. Like, let them earn the product credits. Let them have a small win. Like trying to get somebody to get 3 people today who have no understanding of what the like, you're going to give them a loss. Does that make sense? But you're like, we could get you silver today. I can put $500 in your pocket, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. And then I tried it. It didn't work. Guess what? The next time you call me is just going to be like, right? So step number 1 is, hey, let's try a post, right? Let's connect with a few people and let's do a before and after photo. Like, it 100% is, let's get some money in your pocket. Do you guys know, I want to make sure you know this. Do you know that when a VIP refers that, and that person buys, they get a product credit that can be immediately applied to their next order or subscription? Like, there is nothing they have to do. Nothing. And can I tell you, I know that we are so funny about like, oh, well, that's not a lot. Like even perks, it's funny to me. People are like, oh, perks. I'm like, listen, I'm working really hard to get a free cup of coffee from Starbucks. That's hilarious to me. I literally am like, no, get my app. I need my, I'm like, I got to buy like 20 cups of coffee to get a free cup of coffee. But I am the person that is super addicted to those stinking rewards, right? And by the way, they doubled it recently. So now I got to buy 400 cups of coffee. But I'm like, look, I can pull this thing up and I can show you my Starbucks rewards and where I am with them, because I am completely and utterly addicted to my Starbucks reward. Look at that. I know exactly where it is. Like, I am like, okay, I've earned a cup of coffee, $3, y'all. I am like, so I think we undervalue those little increments in terms of like letting people have the wins and then circling back around to them and saying things like, hey, do you want to go again? Do you want to go again? Right. So I would get you to share, and that would be like, let's keep letting it roll. Let's keep letting it roll. Now, what could they share? You guys, can I just tell you, and I meant it when I said from stage, we are making before and afters and testimonials way too hard. I would be using Dave's testimonial all day and night. Seriously, here's his before, here's his after. And literally, I would be like, you don't have to be a rocket scientist to see he probably feels better in the second picture, and so can you. No matter what you think you are struggling with, we should connect. Period. We should connect. Private message me. Let's talk. I'll share his story. I'll share my story. You guys literally could have your new people. You just like, hey, mix up your pink drink and post a photo of you that says, this pink drink has changed so much for my health. Private message me. I'll tell you the story. See, if you tell all the things in the post, nobody needs to reach out to you. We think like, oh, the more we share, the more people will say yes. No, the more you share, the more they will Google, the more they will decide on their own. You want them to connect with you, and you want to go, let me tell you about my friend Becky. Okay, I'm going to send you her photo. Look at this picture. Tell me she doesn't look better in the second. Tell me you don't think she feels better in the second picture. So here's my question for you, friend. What one or two things frustrates you the most about your health? And then you listen. And you go, I know. I have seen this again and again and again. And if you are open to actually doing something about it that is going to make a change permanently, I can help you get started, and I can help get you a deal. So here we go. So those are 3 things that you can do all day, every day. The last thing I would do 100% is I would be putting in my stories and in my feed. You can always delete them from your feed later, before and after photos. I 100% would be doing before and after photos and just be like, hey, these are my friends, all saying yes to better health. No matter what you're struggling with, we should talk, right? I said this on Monday, and I'm going to use it for the rest of my life. It's easier than you think, and it starts with a drink. Like 100%. Like I would be all day. I'm going to be like, it's easier than you think, and it starts with a drink. Talk to me, right? Talk to me. So if you, and by the way, think to yourself, how many new people, like, so if you are a manager, if you're like a gold, you want to be thinking, who else in my team needs to bring in what would 1 or 2 new people do to that person's business today? Oh my gosh, we are going to get you 15 more credits toward Leaders Retreat. And a lot of times people are like, oh yeah, but 15 credits, is it worth it? Are you kidding me? 15 credits is a seed. Every new person that comes in your business is not only 15 credits this month, they're 15 credits next month, and next month when they continue to order. So that's 45 credits. If they refer 1, 2, or 3 people, next month, those people are 60 credits, right? They're like 30 credits. And then everybody they bring in is another 30 credit. You know what I'm saying? Like, they are seeds. They are seeds. So yes, 1 new person today makes a big difference in everybody's Leaders Retreat credits. So keep going, keep inviting people. Let's work towards your dreams. Your dreams matter to me. Hey, let's just keep going. Let's just see what happens. Let's just commit to because I gotta tell you, as much as I love your leaders, I'm just telling you, if they can do it, you can do it. 100%. Like, if they can do it, listen. And I always say to people, I'm like, listen, I sometimes think to myself, I cannot believe the amount of money I made in network marketing. I am not the sharpest crayon in the box, y'all. I really legitimately am not. If you were in my breakout at convention, you were standing there when my glasses fell apart right on stage. So like, no, not that you do not have to be the sharpest crayon in the box. You don't have to. And I love that Brittany Howard posted something. She's like, you don't have to be the prettiest person, the smartest person, or whatever in the group. I'm just telling you, you just gotta consistently take a next step. So I want to see you all taking a next step, and your mind will be blown if you stick it out all the way to the close. Not only that, hear me when I say this, you are priming a pump. Not only will you significantly see all the things happening, and it will look like nothing is happening. I'm just telling you right now, it will look like nothing is happening until about 9 o'clock at night. And then all of a sudden, the floodgates are going to open. But hear me when I say this, keep going tomorrow, because there is more in the pipe that is going to be coming out that you will miss if you are not paying attention. You can do it. We need you to do it. There are tons of people who are looking for you. I mean, the sad fact is everybody really does need what we're having. You know what I'm saying? Like, keep going out there. Just dial back what you're sharing so that they have to reach out to you. So that's what I have. Man, I love the close. I love the close culture, y'all. I really do. Like, I'm like, let's stay on all day. Let's stay on all day. I want to know what's going on. So actually, that's what I have, Andrea, Becky, all the people.
Okay. I mean, I'm just watching the chat and everyone's like, this is what I needed. And I think so often it's so much easier to hear from someone like one step removed from like being your sponsor and being your upline. And like, sometimes it feels like, yeah, you want me to go to Leaders Retreat because that makes you a paycheck. And there's all these weird dynamics that happen all month long. And I just think having someone come in and say a lot of the same things, but just maybe in a fresh way helps. So if there's a fresh vision that you kind of caught today, we'd love to hear about it in the chat. And stay on. We are going to actually put some of these things that Genevieve talked about in action, so that we are all going to do this together. We're going to do the words together, all of that. Y'all, thank Genevieve. Jen, on our team page, we had everyone dropping pictures of them with you just over the years. I was like, oh, if you have a picture with Genevieve, share it. They were so funny, but one of them is of you passing out the ponchos at the Maren Morris concert. You're ponchoed up. I mean, y'all were passing those out like they were candy. I mean, it was just like they were flying. And just the more that I think our field gets to know our corporate officers, the more it's like synergistically like connected of y'all want the best for us and we want to champion y'all as well. We want to encourage y'all. So thank you for today.
Hey, let me just say this one last thing for those of y'all that think like, oh, you just want me to go to Leaders Retreat because that benefits you. Can I just help you with that? Not this time. Not this time. Just to be clear, this contest is for all y'all, just so that you know. Your leaders probably aren't getting any points from you for Leaders Retreat. This is 100% all about you. And so I love that you've got leaders that are encouraging to get on that ship. But I am just here to tell you, they're not getting any credits from all your work on this. So I'm just saying, okay, with that, I will let you guys get to work. I love y'all. Thanks for all that you do. And have a great close and have fun doing it. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Jen.